Okay, that's what we're starting off with this morning, and we're going to start from Abuja today. Markwe?
Well, thank you, Chamberlain. I have with me Honorable Yunusa Abubakar, who is a member of the All Progressives Congress and also a member of the House of Representatives. You're welcome to Sunrise Daily. Honorable.
Thank you, ma'am.
So what, first of all, are your impressions of, this agitations that are currently ongoing? You did see from that report that some Yoruba leaders, convened a meeting asking that we return to regionalism. Do you have any impression in terms of what the thinking of the National Assembly might be in this direction?
Well, good morning, viewers. You see, personally, and I think it has cut across the citizens and the stakeholders, the position of the National Assembly is that we must do all that it takes to put Nigeria great, to make it great. I mean, to take it from this level to another level. That has been the position. And the National Assembly has said it on several occasions, even lately when we did this, some alteration and amendment regarding the Constitution, some proposals were made. We made it categorical that the National Assembly is ready and is willing to carry out the alterations and the amendment of the Nigerian Constitution vis-a-vis the Section 9 of the 1999 Constitution, or as is enshrined in its duties as enshrined in the Constitution. Now, with all these agitations, still the National Assembly felt we cannot do anything, either call it restructuring, call it whatever, decentralization of powers from the federal to down to the local government cannot be done until we follow due process. Part of this due process is all these agitations that are coming up. We call them stakeholders and the Nigerian citizens. We have the right to agitate for anything, but then there are due process. Since the Constitution is in place now, and it has not been abrogated or even suspended by any military coup whatsoever, so we follow. The Constitution has allowed for this amendment alteration. Even if we want to suspend our Constitution, there are processes. But
there are processes according to the Constitution?
Yeah. For instance, we can conduct stakeholders like, okay, let me take it, call it South-South zone, and call it even on state basis. People can agitate. People can submit their submission, just like the recent concluded Southwest Summit, as they did. That is their position. Nobody is going to say, look, they have faulted in concocting or putting together their thought. It's right, pursuing their fundamental right, either as a group or as an individual. Vis-a-vis, but that doesn't mean that whatever decisions they reach, whatever point or hypothesis they are presenting, is not binding until it has been subjected to the laws of the nation. As of now, we remain the unitary aspect of Nigeria is still in place. But if people felt this unitary nature or the unity of nation, the Nigeria as a nation should be, we have to restructure it. Whatever. Now we have three systems of government. We have the federal government, and people felt so many powers are concentrated in the federal or central government, call it. Then we have the states and then the local government. Presently, the National Assembly is equally disturbed that there has never been this proper separation of roles as far as these three levels of government is concerned. I can't call it tier, but levels. In as much as we decry the issue of concentration or even over-concentration of powers in the federal, at the federal or at the center, with little power to the state, and then none or even to the local government. But the Constitution has given the local government role, which is not being pursued. One part of the reason is that if we can limit ourselves even to the present law as it is, every level of government will play its role. But we are not even conducting the governance pursuant to our Constitution. That is one. Two, because of development, you remember the development of constitutional development, right from the Macpherson up to 1963, 1966, up to this 1999 as amended, even the 1999 has been amended, what we are using today, 2017. If people have called for a review, alteration, amendment of the Constitution to suit our purposes, nothing is wrong with that. So to me, rather than, I really agree totally that Nigeria has to be restructured vis-a-vis the modern challenges if we really want to live at this jet age, not even computer age, at this age. And Nigeria have to wake up to the realms of realities. I will give you just a simple example. For instance, if you take the Federal Minister of Education, all our curriculum and everything is being done. Until that, unless you have an astute minister who listens to voice of wisdom, it takes longer time for us to adjust our curriculum for it to reach the secondary school.
I'm just wondering, though.
So I'm just giving an example.
Yes.
So what I'm trying to say here is that rather than returning to regionalism, reducing, so, you know, creating the center, region, state, and even local government, you are now introducing a fourth level from the position of the Southwest, because that's what it takes.
Yeah, for some people say that that time, you know, that there was Nigeria looked more viable. You know, the country worked better then. You know, it would seem the development got to people at the grassroots better than, you know, this system where the center is top heavy and very little is getting to the people.
And I'm coming to that, Mappy. That is what I want to address the people. Let's take examples. We are following the system of government, or we copied grossly our system of governance from the Americans. That's how they develop. You don't go back. How many years, how many decades? From 1963 up to 1966, when this regionalism is being adopted, up to the time that we had 12 states.
Why shouldn't they go back? If they found that that is what has worked for them, that's from their experience so far.
The issue,
that's the
issue
best
is
experience
that we have achieved a level of autonomy when we kind of disintegrated into state. People, even in the Southwest, you discover the Osun State fell. He is more buoyant than Ikiti. Lagos fell. They are more buoyant than, what do you call it, Ogun State. So there's that boundary adjustment. For you now to coerce people to come together, to break these boundaries. Okay, where are you taking Kwara to join there? Are you going to realign, to redefine the geographical something? Rather, we should developed it. So let me give you, United States, they have more than 50 states in the United States. They have never regrouped them. They are even acquiring more states, like Alaska, Texas, you know what, but I don't want to go into that. It's not a topic for another thing. But let's take the state of California, one of the 50 states of the United States. They don't have to come as a cluster, but even at a state, if we reframe and realign, alter our constitution, to give more powers to this present constituent state, 36 states and Abuja, we will thrive. I'm giving you California. California, all over, is the sixth most viable economy.